Hello, 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 hello. Oh, my earring. So I'm gonna wait a little bit to see who pops on here with me. And then I'm gonna try to see comments over here because apparently it doesn't work straight on here. So clearly I have no idea what I'm doing. We're gonna figure this out together and that's okay. I can't tell if anyone is on. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead there it is, perfect. So I should be able to see comments when they come on. But I was talking to a friend today and you probably can't see me. I probably should turn this light on. Is that better? Ooh, that's better. So I was talking to a friend today and she was very, very frustrated because some of the people in her life are always, always negative, and I can definitely relate to that. Everyone has stuff going on. Everyone has their own shit show. It's the way we react to them that really matters. So I really just want to talk about how you can focus on the positive. Positivity is a choice. It's 100% you. It definitely is something that you control. No one else can control your feelings, no matter how much they impose their will on you. So really just to talk about how I personally chose to remain positive. So some of you know, last year was tough for me. I went from being in a 7-year relationship that was not always the best, but you know, it wasn't that bad. At least that's what I told myself. To not being in a relationship anymore after 7 years and feeling like, holy crap, what am I gonna do? I have to start all the way back over. And I really could have blown my own life up in that moment and kind of let things spiral and go out of control. But I didn't. I really just woke up every day and focused on the positive. That's not to say that I didn't have bad days, because I definitely had those. But in those moments where I had the choice to either flip out and really just go outside of my own character, I made the choice to not do that. So I woke up every day. I panicked every day because you are in a stable situation or semi-stable, at least financially, it was definitely very stable, to being on super rocky ground, not knowing where I'm gonna go, not knowing if I'm gonna lose my home, my car, am I gonna be able to afford all of my bills the next month? That's a shitty situation to be in, and definitely something that I could have chosen to look at with a negative aspect. I think I scared my friends a little bit because I didn't really react the way that they expected me to. I think they expected me to be more upset. I kind of knew it was ending soon, and I think I prepared myself mentally for that. But that's not to say that it didn't suck. It definitely was not fun. So really, I just want to talk about making the choice. You're the only person who can control how you respond to things. You're the only one who can decide your feelings. Yeah, people try. They definitely try to get under your skin or to make things difficult for you, but it's how you respond. If you're always going to be negative, you're always going to feel upset, feel depressed, feel sad. You have to make the choice on a daily basis, sometimes multiple times a day. I even have it now where if I'm not feeling in the greatest mood, I kind of seclude myself. I don't want to be bothered because I don't want to respond in a way that I'll feel bad about later. So I make sure that I don't. When you're given the opportunity to respond in a negative way, or you have a choice, do I look at this negatively or do I focus on being positive? And sometimes being positive in that moment is walking away from the situation and not responding at all, and that's okay. My goal for this year was to be a better person, whatever that meant to me in that moment. And this is seriously 100 times a day I have a choice. How am I going to respond to this person? How am I going to respond in this situation? And I'm quite proud of myself. I think I'm shocking my mom as well, where I don't respond in a way that I used to. I don't really get upset that much anymore. People still get on my nerves sometimes, and that's natural. But I don't really focus on what they're saying, because that's their issue. If they're having a bad day, some people try to take that out on whoever they can, and they just try to piss everyone else off because they're having a bad day. And I choose to not respond to that. I'm not perfect. There are days where I definitely take the low ground and I don't take the higher road. And I do respond in a way that I feel bad about later. And being a better person to me is in those moments, I go back to that person and I apologize. And that's something that I didn't do very often in the past. I was very prideful in that way, where I didn't want to admit when I was wrong. And it's surprising to me because it's kind of cathartic. You go and you apologize, and it may surprise the person because you both may be wrong in that situation. And I really just always want to be the bigger person. So on a daily basis, you will have multiple opportunities to either respond in your typical self or make the choice to respond in a positive way. I had a friend tell me, why are you always talking about the positive of this situation? Because there's always a part of any situation that it could be worse. So I just point out when it's not that bad. And sometimes it is that bad. And in those moments, you feel your feels, but you don't lash out at people, and really just focus on being the best version of yourself every day. And then eventually it'll become second nature. So this was not an overnight thing for me. I keep looking to see if there's comments, and there's not yet. So I can't tell if anyone is on here. If so, then you can heart or like or whatever, so that I can see if you're on here, because I have no idea if you are or not. But it's not an overnight process. It definitely took me months and months and months of this, and I'm still working at it. I'm not 100%. I don't plan, like some people who are always positive, they used to get on my nerves because it's like no one's that positive all the time. But I get it. You feel better throughout the day if you just don't focus on the people pissing you off, or your job's pissing you off, your mom's pissing you off, your boyfriend, husband, your kids are getting on your nerves. There's always going to be an opportunity for people to get on your nerves. It's how you respond to those people in those moments and those opportunities that really matters at the end of the day. So that was just something that I wanted to talk about really quickly. I talked to my friend about it earlier. And it's really something that I focus on. And I think it gets on people's nerves sometimes too. So I'm turning into one of those people, but I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I can either be miserable or I can choose to be happy. And I want to be a better person. And it's definitely something that is benefiting me. I'm much happier. I sleep better. I'm not always angry. I'm not always annoyed. I'm still tired a lot. That's because I don't get much sleep, but you know, I'll sleep when I'm dead, I guess. But tell me what you think about this. How do you focus on being positive on a regular basis? Are there some things that you do in that moment? I take a moment when I have an opportunity. Let's say someone is, I don't know, just working my nerves. They won't leave me alone. This happens quite often. But in those moments, you kind of have to just take a pause and then respond. So take a deep breath, count to 10. Like literally those are things we've been hearing since we were children, but they're things that work. So I just want to make sure that you guys are focusing on the positive as much as possible. It is not going to be an easy road. It will be something that you will need to constantly work at, but you don't want to let the things of your past hinder your future. So, or things of the present. You don't want your reaction to a situation to prevent you from either, like this can go extreme real fast. People are in jail because they responded in a way to something that they could have just walked away from. And for me, being more positive and being a happier, better person is walking away from some situations where I think I'm right, they think they're right, and who's gonna win in that situation? Neither one of us is gonna win. Oop, I see a comment. Hold on, I don't know how to do this. Bear with me. Oh, Tamika, totally agree. Everything doesn't require an immediate response or reaction. So true. I was the reactor in the past. I reacted to a lot of things, and I apologized to a lot of things because I was wrong in that moment, or I just felt bad. I didn't apologize. I felt bad, and I was going to hold it into myself because my pride got in the way. But are you going to risk the rest of your life because you took that opportunity to respond to something negatively and now you're in jail? No, that's crazy. So we really just focus on you, focus on being the best version of yourself as possible, and you will start to notice a difference in your daily life. So that was just real quick. I didn't want to be on here too long. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.